Hello and welcome to Songkla Rajapat University's MOOC course English for Communication 1. Today we're looking at Unit 8 where we're talking about food. This is part 2. We're going to take a look at some grammar. So we're going to take a touch on using countable and uncountable nouns. Nouns are the words that we use for the names of things. Everything's got a name, that's a noun. And in English they can be either countable or uncountable. And as the name suggests, countable nouns can be counted. So it's an individual item and we can have more than one of them. For example, I have a pen. I have another pen, 2 pens. So countable nouns have singular and plural forms. For example, 1 dish or 2 dishes, a banana, 2 bananas. You see we add s or es to the end of the plural nouns. We're not going to into a lot of detail on that with these today, but something to look out for. We use, or we can use, a and an with them as their countable singular nouns. I have an apple, I have a pen. So we use the an with the singular. We can use singular or plural verb forms depending on whether it's a singular noun or plural noun. A banana is on the table, 2 bananas are on the table. And with some nouns, there only is a plural form. You'll come across these weird exceptions. Things that often have sort of 2 parts to them, like scissors, where the 2 legs, or glasses, spectacles you wear, 2 eyes, 2 binoculars, trousers, 2 legs. In America, they call trousers pants. Short trousers, shorts, or short pants. So these are things that we always have as plural forms. The uncountable nouns are ones that we can't count. There's only a singular, there's no plural form for these. There's lots of different types. I'm focusing on food as that's what we're covering in this unit. But it's things like salt and sugar, where we have a tub, but we use a small amount. So things that are small pieces like that, you take a spoonful of the tub and the tub still has salt or sugar in it. Water, coffee, basically any liquid, anything you drink or pour. You can't use a and an with these. So when we have the example, I have a sugar, it's wrong. I have sugar. No a or an. Which might seem a little weird because you will hear native speakers say, I'll have a coffee. That's grammatically incorrect. What it should really say is, I'll have a cup of coffee. So we make grammatical mistakes when we speak, but it's just natural language. And in reality, we don't use a or an with uncountable nouns. We use singular verbs. So the water is hot, the coffee's hot, the salt is on the table, not the salt are. We use countable containers or measures to make uncountable nouns countable. And that's where you'll have seen these come along. A bag of salt, 2 bags of salt. Bag is a countable noun, and we use that to make the salt countable. 2 teaspoons of sugar, 4 bottles of water. The water's uncountable, but the bottle is countable. So we often pair those up. This is a small example showing some countable and uncountable nouns, which I found online. And if you're trying to practice your English and you search for these, I want to show you there's lots and lots of information out there. But in reality, your best bet for me is to use them carefully and with a dictionary. Lots of them show the same things. The examples I've picked here: countable nouns, burgers, you can see sandwiches, hot dogs, all ending in S. They have plurals. Cherries, apple, that's the singular, but we could have 2 apples. Grapes, again, plural. The uncountable, some examples of common things: bread. Each loaf of bread, you could have 2 loaves. Loaf is a countable noun, but the bread itself is uncountable. Fruit, an uncountable noun. Juice, as we mentioned, any liquid. Meat, rice, and cereal. I'm not going to go into too many examples, but one thing I want to point out: many nouns in English can be both. They can be countable and uncountable, depending on how we use them. I like to think of it in the case where if you use the whole item, then it's countable, like apple. You can have 1 apple or 2 apples. You could also have a fruit salad with some apple in it, and then apple would be uncountable. So when you're learning and practicing your English, find a good dictionary. You'll see beside nouns, it'll either say C or U, usually meaning countable or uncountable. And if it has both, then you can use it in both ways. The next point we want to take a quick look at is how to use I like or I would like. This is a common mistake I've seen my students making. The basic difference is we use I like to show things we enjoy in general. What kind of food do you like? I like seafood. I like spicy food. Not right now. I'm not having seafood. I don't want seafood. I'm making a video. But I do like seafood, just in general. How do you like your steak cooked? I like it medium rare. So in general, if I have steak, I want it medium rare. But I'm not having steak at the moment. It's just something I like. I like ice cream. I like chocolate cake. I like Thai food. Just general statements. The I would like, or I, the contraction, is to show things that we want right now. What would you like to eat? What do you want to eat? They basically mean the same thing. I would like fish and chips. I want fish and chips. So these are the I like. Generally, I would like is I want. What do you want to drink? I'd like a glass of orange juice. I would like a glass of orange juice. Okay, so be careful using I like or I would like. Okay, and the last part I want to talk about is how we use some of the terms. Some, any, much, and many. Now, there is a little more to this, but a simple rule of thumb, if you want to start using these, we use some with affirmative statements, and they're used with both plural and uncountable nouns. I have some apples. There is some milk in the fridge. We wouldn't use with singular. Any. We use these with negative statements and questions. And they're used with plural and uncountable nouns again, not singular nouns. I don't have any apples. There isn't any milk. Or a question, do you have any milk? Is there any milk? Much. Much and many. we use the differences between uncountable and countable. So much is used with negative statements and questions. We use it with uncountable nouns. We don't have much milk left. How much rice should I use? And the many is used with negative statements and questions again, but is used with plural nouns. There aren't many apples left. Are there many apples left? So that's the difference in some, any, much, many. And hopefully you'll find that useful when you're trying to talk about some of the food you have. Thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you found it useful. I look forward to speaking to you on the next video. Goodbye.